Hey, what is up everybody? Platform Disciple here, and we are playing with our free-to-play deck built from campaign cards in Ranked again. This is our second episode of this, and we are pitted against a 2 Exiles, 1 Flamed On deck. I don't really know what to expect here, because this is not a normal deck. I might mulligan so that I can get Death... excuse me, not Death Blast. Lightning Blast or Flamed On Commando, because I have a fairly good chance of getting those. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we did get it. I think I'm going to just play Flamed On Aspirant, though, despite the fact that I was saying that, just because I want to make sure that I didn't run into the situation where this guy doesn't come out on turn 1. But it did come out, so maybe I didn't make the right decision. I don't think we want to use Stumble right now. Hell's Gambler is a very weird card, but it has its merits in the command zone because you can essentially flip a coin for free to have a chance of it being extremely, extremely good. And in the chance that it's not very good, you can just kind of like leave it in the command zone. Ooh. He got 2 lucky flips, and if I were him, I would be done flipping. That would be the last I'd do to that. And I think we're gonna stumble it, if only just to get our Aether Acolytes a little more power. So it is stumbled. But we have no real good way to deal with this guy until we get a death ray, which sucks. Really sucks. We're just in bad shape overall. But that's kind of the nature of playing a free deck, I guess. So what I think I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna Lightning Blast that guy, and I'm gonna stumble the 14 power guy again. Bad news is he was probably going to draw a card, but our whole goal here is, like I said in the past, we're just trying to get in for as much damage as humanly possible early on. And we'll hopefully be able to close out the game later. But this is going very, very poorly because he has multiple characters at this point that, that he could block with if he so chooses. Right now he's playing aggressively, which is actually in our favor. But if he ever changes how he's playing, we could be in trouble. Interestingly enough, his deck is very big. Doesn't really mean anything to us. So right now we're kind of like breaking even, dealing about the same amount of damage, but that's just because I'm getting lucky with these stumbles over and over. We're gonna kidnap that. So he can do 24 plus an additional 8. So he could do 30 that turn, but I'm okay with that. And if he defends with anything, we actually trade fairly well. I'm gonna move Bromic here in the case that he defends with both Cavalry Paladin and Demonic Mercenary. Hopefully that doesn't happen though. So he's just playing super aggressive. Demonizes my Bromic, that's bad. He's really low now though. So I think we can start defending. And this is gonna do 12, right? So that's good. We can play our charger. And why don't we order it like this? We don't know how he's going to move them, but if he doesn't move them, then this has Consume 2, which means it'll eat the Flamed On Commando and then kill that as well. I don't know. Hopefully, we're just hoping for a good trade here, because we can win this for sure. We can win it. We might have to get lucky. Okay, good. Very good trade for us. Very, very, very good trade for us. And that should do it. That should do it. We're going to defend with both of these, just in case. And we're going to blast him with our Siphon structure as opposed to our Dark Blast, because he's low. And this actually gives us some health, which could matter, because if he plays a couple charge characters, we could die. And Siphon structure is just going to give us more inevitability. So I don't know why it skipped the animation, but Flag Bearer pushed our guy into the support zone. But we won. There you go. There you go, everyone. And we're on our second game. So we have to select, well, we're going to sideboard. And honestly, our deck is not bad against his as is. Or at least, I mean, like, the sideboard doesn't really improve things for us, which is kind of sucks. But Defense Golem could be nice just because it blocks multiple times. Firebolt could be nice. Blackbind Witch could be nice. Tough calls here. Very tough calls. I might swap out Bromix Banner. It's a little slow for this match. Could also take out Recycle, also a little slow. Recycle has a very low impact on the game. All it does is basically give our Aether Acolytes +1/+1 and lets us put something like Mass Death or Dark Blast into our deck, whatever we need. So we're gonna put in our 2 Blackbind Witches, and judging by how that game went, they could prove to be very effective. Game 2, everyone. Hopefully we draw Lightning Blast, or it's not bad. We have Chain Lightning. We also have Flame Dawn Hound. So, I mean, we have a hand that curves out pretty well, so I think we're going to keep it, even though we don't have that turn 1 removal. And look at that. If we had drawn Commando, it could have proved to be troublesome for us. We're going to play a Hound here. If we're lucky, he has a few Aspirants, and then we can get some sick Chain Lightning value. If we're unlucky, he starts playing the same characters as us, because Chain Lightning will hit your own characters, and because we're sharing similar factions, that can happen. And he got the coin flip again. Every time he gets the coin flipped, it's very bad for us. I may Chain Lightning here. Flame Dawn Hound is also just not bad. Worst case scenario, Hell's Gambler, he plays coin flips, wins the coin flips, and kills all my guys. That would be so bad. I don't want that to happen, but I think we have to just risk it. Risk it happening. So he's put it out. He did not coin flip, so he's just choosing to keep it as a 10-10, which makes some sense to me. And we are going to Chain Lightning there. We'll play that. And I'm confident that we can outrace him. We have a lot of tools that he's not using, I don't think. Ooh, Ember Starter's bad. Ember Starter's bad for us. That we dealt 24 and he dealt 26, so he's catching up. But this turn we can play our own Ember Starter, which is nice, and we can also stumble. So we can stumble. We're gonna stumble this actually, even though it does less. And actually, it might be better for us to play Bromic, because Bromic is gonna do 10 plus an additional, basically 8, provided that things don't change much. Like, he could demonize Bromic, that would be bad, but I think Bromic's our better option here. And unlike our deck, his deck doesn't have access to direct damage like Dark Blast, so if we get him low, we can fall back on Dark Blast and Siphon Structure, and he can't, so we're just gonna go for it. So he is getting a favorable trade here, which sucks, but should be worth it, I think. Yeah, he's at 16, so we've basically won. We just have to defend now. And so that's 12 plus 3, so 15. We almost could kill him this turn. Not quite, though. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move that. We're going to move that here. I'm going to play this. We're going to play this. And then we're going to siphon structure for just 2, which seems a little weird. But the reason we're doing that is it puts him within range of Dark Blast next turn, which will ultimately win us the game. These factions have no way to gain health. Just a heads up in case you didn't know that. And here's our direct 12 damage. And he could kill us if he plays charge characters. It could happen. We're hoping it doesn't happen. Like bare minimum, we tie. Now we have to think about how we're going to arrange our characters. This might just be the best arrangement. It could be, if like what we want is for Brummik to take out multiple Flamed On aspirants because he's got the most health. If he can take out 2 Flamed On aspirants, we basically win. So we're gonna just try to get lucky here. It's not really any other way to do it. And he did not think about us having the Dark Blast, so he didn't actually go for the all-in. He didn't go for the tie. So that was a real clean victory. This further proves the point that I'm trying to make, which is, of course, any player can get up there in ranked. And that was Red Blade, I think? Yeah, Red Blade. And let's see where Red Blade is on the ladder, because I'm sure Red Blade's up there. He's got to be in there somewhere. I could be wrong. So right now, yeah, we're number 50. Number 50. It's very early in the season, so or in the month. So it's not really a good metric. Maybe he's not on there. But I expected him to be there because Red Blade, I think, is a more serious player. You never know. I mean, he had a whole gold command zone, basically, so I was ready for the worst. And yeah, that's all we have for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, everybody, peace out.